What is going on, guys? Welcome to J Powell Music, and I'm doing a test here of the and just a little, additional review, quick review, I guess, of the Bullfighter D230. Okay, so this one is supposed to be kind of the higher grade Bullfighter, the higher grade one. So usually these guys are known to have, $100, $80 guitars, and they're actually for a pretty decent value, actually. And I've always seen these throughout the year, and I was like, I'm really curious about these because the specs look pretty decent. I mean, I love the, the caramelized, maple neck or roasted maple neck. I don't know if it's officially roasted or if it's even maple, even maple, but locking tuners, brass block, humbuckers, has the split switch for single coil stuff. It was been catching my interest for a while. I preferred the blue and yellowish kind of one, but that one went first, right? Black Friday rolls around. This guy gets discounted to like $140, but at the time there were some additional coupons. There was like a 20% off coupon and something else after that. So after shipping, this guy was like $126 or something, and I said I have to do it. I haven't even bought Christmas presents, and I was like, I have to buy this for myself. So I went ahead and did it, and it arrived. And obviously, you guys probably already saw the video, the unboxing video. If you haven't seen that, check that out. It is on the channel. And yeah, so this is a Bullfighter guitar. Let me give you guys my thoughts. I think this is a pretty solid value now. Pretty solid value now. 140 is like nothing, and you're getting a lot. You're getting a lot for that price. So first and foremost, the neck profile is very comfortable. It's actually more comfortable than the Groats. So Groat, they released this standard S and standard T series, and they have, roasted maple necks and the stainless steel frets. So this also, obviously, as mentioned, roasted maple neck, stainless steel frets on this too. I actually am not 100% certain if they are officially stainless steel. They are ball-ended, and it's been really smooth. Usually when I get a guitar, I have to get some sandpaper, clean the frets, because they have a bunch of gunk on them and whatnot. So like a lighter grade sandpaper. But I didn't have to do that for this. I mean, it's very smooth all around. So that was really nice. And then no sprouted frets or anything like that. So I really think that these are roundless stainless steel frets. It looks exactly like the ones on the Groats. Now, the reason why I mentioned the Groat guitars, not just because of the maple neck and stainless steel frets, the neck profile on this is way more comfortable than the Groats, in my opinion. So this is a really thin neck. In the back of the neck, this is probably... It's between a D and a C shaped back of the neck, but it's way more comfortable. The other one, it felt like it was wider, but it kind of like you're kind of holding the guitar like this versus, it's just a really easy hold. It's just a very comfortable, easy hold, which I really appreciate, So that was the only downside of that guitar, because I had that guitar on the channel. I don't know if I played it on the channel. Oh, I did. There's a video on there too for me checking out that guitar. That's my only, as far as like an update, that's really one of the biggest issues to me was the guitar, was that the neck profile on those necks, while it looks nice, after a while, it's not very comfortable. And if you're playing a gig and you're old like me, you want to have a comfortable neck to play throughout time. So that's just something to be noted. This is not that heavy at all, which is a huge plus, because I have the Gear telly, it's actually over here, and I put some new pickups in it, all this stuff. I was going to use it for a gig, the last gig of the year, it seems like, live gig, and I brought to a rehearsal, heavy, way too heavy, heavy on the back, like it was like a Les Paul style, like type of heavy, not heavy at all, pretty light. It's just as light as a Strat, in my opinion. You know, like your standard go-to Strat or whatever. And I would say just as light as a Telly. Obviously, it's in a Telly form factor. But yeah, the electronics worked out of the box. No issues there. There's a brass block on here. It's a 2-point tremolo system. And it's a brass block in the back, so a thick block. So, you know, you're going to have some nice resonance, and it's a reliable. You know, to me, in my opinion, the thicker the block, the more reliable it is. Could just be mind games, but whatever. The electronics seem to work fine. The switch is very nice on this. It feels like a Fender switch. I'm not joking you. There's no steadiness, and it's not like a loud click. It's just your standard, you know, switch that would be on like a Mexican Telly or something. So, or Strat, if you will. This is more of a Strat style switch, but it's 3-way. So, and it's split coil too, and the coil split's pretty good on this. So I think this is in humbucker mode. Give you guys a little more of the amp. So that's the humbucker mode. We'll talk more about the humbuckers in a second. I'm going to switch to the single coil mode. So, I mean, a pretty usable single coil sound. Sometimes single coils or humbuckers that are split to single coil, they don't sound like it at all. It has a pretty nice single coil sound. It's not too loud, in my opinion. So fairly usable. The single coil switch is pretty nice. So let's talk about the pickups. It's not. I don't know why they look like these. look like this. I don't know why they thought, you know, hey, this is what people are going to be really excited about as far as for the humbuckers. I don't know why they look like this. Now, as far as the sound, I think they sound pretty good. You know, I think it's a pretty nice, usable sound. It's not too muddy. You know, it's not too muddy. And obviously you can use like an equalizer pedal on your board if you don't feel like, you know, switching out the pickups to kind of EQ it a little bit. But it's a pretty usable sound for as far as the humbucker goes. And then obviously single coil. So, I mean, this is the neck pickup, by the way. Let me show you guys both. I'll use some qualities here. This is the humbucker mode, both. And that's pretty decent, usable sound too. Usually the middle positioning for humbuckers, sometimes it sounds a little too nasally. This doesn't, and to my ears. So I'm going to switch it to single coil split. This is the loudest because I think it's because of the polarities, but you get a little more sound here. So not bad there. And then let's go to the bridge. Let's check out the humbucker. And split. So yeah, those are all the sounds there. I think it's a usable sound though. We'll mess with the distortion here in just a bit. Locking tuners. Let's talk about the tuners here. I think they're pretty nice. They've done a pretty decent job as far as staying in tune. It does come with the the whammy bar, so, and it has a little screw here that you can unscrew to slide in and then screw it back from the outside. So if you want to do that, do the whammies, you can, but obviously, I don't do that just because for guitars like this, while they look like they're set up to do that, they're really not. Who wants to do the whammy stuff to seem cool? And then after a song, you're aggressively trying to get back in tune. That's just not very fun for me, right? And then it's just impractical when it comes to expecting it to stay in tune for a guitar of this price. So I just take it out. But it's a nice playing guitar. I was really worried about how I was going to play with how that box looked. I know you guys saw that last video, how that box looked. Bullfighter, get your shit together when it comes to these boxes, to shipping out these boxes. It's unacceptable. Like, I'm glad that this showed up in one piece, but that box was destroyed. Like, I don't know what's going on over there in the warehouse. Get your shit together. Like, seriously. Like the guitar is nice, but when it comes to a customer experience, when I first got it, some people would have just shipped it back. They would have just said that, like, this box is ridiculous. Like, I'm not even going to deal with opening up and see what's going on. I would completely understand that if a customer did that. So please, like, Bullfighter, please get the box thing figured out. The other annoyance thing for me too is the bag. This should have came in the premium Bullfighter bag that was on the picture on Amazon. It showed up in this cheap, thin freaking guitar case. So that's a point off, because for the Groats, right, the Groats Standard S, it comes with a really nice gig bag, like a padded one. Like, you could almost take it, you can almost check it into a plane. Like, it's that well padded. And this comes with like a thin little whatever case that you would find for like a cheap $50 guitar or something. So you guys need to start, if you guys aren't going to do those cases anymore, take those pictures off Amazon. If it's through the Bullfighter store, take those pictures off, because it's very misleading. It should have came with that Bullfighter gray case that it looks like was pretty padded. And then there's another case that they don't even put in the bags anymore. There's the black case with kind of like a gray around it. I have that case. I might be one of the last customers that got it with the purchase. It was with that flowery Telly guitar, the green with the flowers on it. And that came with that case. But anything afterwards that I got Bullfighter wise, it came with that stupid thin guitar case. So I'm just asking for continuity. If you guys change bags, fine, but show it on the pictures when you're selling it through a distributor or, through someone like Amazon. And then if it's one of these guitars, man, just make some new bags, guys. Like, I know you want to cut corners and stuff, and I get it, it's a business, but come on, like, it's kind of ridiculous. So one, shipping the boxes, please fix it. This is not the first time this has happened too. Anyway, aside from that, let's talk about the nut here. I think eventually this will need to be replaced. I haven't had any issues as far as intonation or buzzing or anything like that, because that was the first thing I did. I did what a good old J-Man's, says on his channel, the train, right, which is tune, relief, AIN, action, intonation, and then checking the nut. So I did all those things. This is very playable. It was actually playable in the box. I just needed to tune it. I made some additional adjustments on lowering the action just a little bit because I felt the action was slightly high. So I did some additional adjusting to that. But other than that, the intonation was on point. It was on point. So, to me, usually you guys know that I like switching out the saddles sometimes with stainless steel saddles. I don't really find a reason to do that for this one. I don't think it's really necessary. Yeah, there's some cool binding too on here. It looks like it's real binding as well. The neck pocket is tight. There's no gaps or anything. The neck profile is very nice. It's smooth, thin, very usable to play over time for like an hour gig or something. It's light. And I know a lot of people, they switch out to pickups. I don't find a complete, I'm not in a hurry to do that for this. If I were to still swap out anything, it might be the neck pickup because I have the Jazz model neck humbucker that's on the Gearit. And if the Gearit is so damn, so heavy, I might just take the humbucker out of that and put the Jazz model neck in the neck humbucker. But other than that, this is a pretty playable guitar. I'm comfortable gigging with this guitar as is. As is. So let's have some fun here. Let's play some overdrive before I get you guys out of here. So I got the Blackstar LT Drive, my favorite budget overdrive pedal. I think it sounds incredible. This is the neck pickup here. Move this close to the amp. It's the regular Scream 20 practice amp here. Middle. We're still in the humbucker mode. Bridge pickup. All right, let me do the single coil. This is the bridge. Both pickups. Neck pickup. Yeah, so I say yes. If you see this guitar, get it. It's worth it. It's made very well. It's actually play out of the box. You just have to tune it. It's worth it. Anyway, J Powell Music. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you guys next video.